Hello and welcome to Sports Week. I'm your host, Dan Tracy. Joining me is my strike partner, as always, Tolu Shatade. And Tolu, we're off to Anfield this time for the big clash of the week, Liverpool versus Manchester City. The Reds back in winning form after getting the better of Karabag in the Champions League and also making light work eventually of Newcastle last weekend. It seems as if Florian Wirtz is starting to finally pay off his large transfer fee. Is this the impetus or the change that Liverpool need to try and get back into the top four at the weekend? Can they further scupper Man City's title bid, which is hanging on by a thread?
Yeah, it is. The good thing about this game is early in the season when Liverpool were on that back patch, they went to the Etihad and they got soundly beaten 3-0. And I think Liverpool fans felt a certain way about that defeat. Liverpool looked out of ideas. City basically bullied them off the park. You fast forward a couple of weeks after that, and City looked like the ones. Yes, they might have got the result against Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup in midweek, but they already done half the job in the first leg. And then we saw that part of them where they don't particularly play well in the second half. They always seem to let teams back in it in the second half. And Liverpool at home, at Anfield, City, I feel like Liverpool will have the energy. I think Florian Wirtz, like you said, I don't think there were any doubts as to his quality. I think it was just how soon enough he'd adapt to the surroundings of the Premier League. I still think he needs to bulk up a bit because of the physicality of the Premier League, but he's showing just how important he can be. Hugo Ekitike also is getting a run in the team, and I think it's almost down to the fact that Alexander Isak is injured, so he's getting a lot of playing time, and you can see the synergy between himself and Florian Wirtz. This is going to be really tough. I've heard Pep Guardiola, he said it's not mind games. He's made a fuss about things that you probably wouldn't expect him to talk about. We saw Rodri in the aftermath of the Spurs game saying that he needed referees to be fair, and it was almost like they were feeding into some sort of an agenda against City winning the league. And the truth is, like everyone would tell you, majority of Premier League fans do want City to win because most people cannot stand Arsenal winning the Premier League. So I think it will be very difficult for City. I think that this Liverpool team also have a lot of doubters that they're trying to silence, most especially the manager and the Slot. He is one who, after every bad performance, there's always the talk of whether or not he could be in a job by the end of the season. We know that Xabi Alonso is without a job. He's got huge Liverpool connections. So Liverpool have to show that they can win the big games. If you take out the win against the Arsenal at Anfield, they've really not beating any proper teams, any of the big guns this season. They lost at Chelsea, couldn't beat Arsenal in the return fixture. United came to Anfield and won the game. So it's not like they've set Anfield alight, especially when they play the big guns. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get it done. I saw them against a Newcastle team that I thought were decent, but looked really tired. City will not be the same. Rotate to the squad a bit for that Carabao Cup game. Erling Haaland will probably come back in for the Liverpool game. He's in a bit of a goal drought. And that depends on how you see it. Haaland, who hasn't scored, who's been on a bit of a goal drought coming to Anfield, might be good news. But it only tells you that he'll be even hungrier to get goals in this game. But I think that Liverpool have got enough about them to trouble this City team, who have shown at points this term that they are vulnerable, especially away from home.
You mentioned the word vulnerable. Liverpool's Champions League hopes in terms of qualification next season are also vulnerable at the moment. Of course, they could win the competition itself and get an automatic ticket for next season. As things stand, they are sixth in the table. Both Manchester United and Chelsea play before them with favourable opposition. Man United at home to Tottenham, Chelsea at Wolves. Let's assume, which is always dangerous in the Premier League, but let's assume both those teams get 3 points. That's going to make the task even harder for Liverpool on Sunday.
That's going to make it even hard. But I think that I think they've got it in them. I think they'll look at that City team, and to be honest, I saw the way they set up against Arsenal in both games, especially in the return fixture against Arsenal at the Emirates, and they played within themselves a bit. But I think against City, I feel like every decent team that plays City, especially in their home turf, will feel like they can have a go at this City team. They do not strike you as a City team from years past who could come and blow you away. And City, whether you like it or not, they've not got the best record at Anfield. They've been on the receiving end of some hidings. City have only won one of their last five matches in the Premier League against Liverpool, and that was that 3-0 win earlier in the season. Before that, they'd won 4 games without defeating Liverpool in the Premier League. So that shows you that Liverpool are a different kettle of fish when they play City. You thought Tottenham was City's bogey team. Well, Liverpool are also one of the teams that City can't quite shake off. And I just have that feeling that Liverpool will rise to the occasion against City. It's going to be an evening kickoff. It's going to be under immense pressure. The crowd will be up for it. We just don't see Liverpool losing this one.
Okay, we'll get your prediction in a moment because I just want to focus on the pressure that Manchester City are going to be facing. I mentioned teams playing the day before. Of course, Arsenal at home to Sunderland. Even if they pick up a point, that extends the gap at the top even further. Should City fail to get the job done at Anfield, is that it in terms of the title race? We keep sort of saying yes, but they can do this and they can do that. Do you feel that this is their last chance saloon in terms of the title race?
Oof. I feel if Arsenal beat Sunderland and City lose to Liverpool, I think that's the title done. 9 points is a lot to claw. City would have to win a lot of games, and Arsenal would have to lose 3. And with the way Arsenal are playing, even on a bad day, you don't think they're going to lose a game. They're probably going to do enough to get a point. And you still don't think City are going to win every game they're going to play to the end of the season now. So I think it's imperative that they do not lose to Liverpool, most likely. More importantly, a win is probably what they need. And I feel really sorry for Pep Guardiola because I feel like they're condemned to win. I don't know how he's going to set up for this Liverpool game, but I think it's going to be really key. Will he look at his team and feel we can go out, go to Liverpool and stand toe-to-toe with them? Despite Liverpool's poor form this year, I still don't think that a team you want to go toe-to-toe with at Anfield. And I think if City try it, they probably will get a hiding.
Right, it's important time now, Tolu. Prediction time. Which way is this one going to go?
I don't see Liverpool losing. I think that's the key here. I don't think Liverpool are going to lose. Why? Because I don't think City have got the right temperament this season to go to a ground like Anfield and pick the points. I saw them against Manchester United. Even though United were on the Carrick new era, new manager, they were buzzing. A couple of refereeing decisions that didn't go City's way. But I think against Liverpool, it's going to be a different kettle of fish. I feel Liverpool are finally starting to get a bit of form together. Wirtz and Ekitike up top. Gakpo also looks like he starts to get in the groove. Mohamed Salah is not having the influence he's usually used to having, but he's still a very important member of this Liverpool team. I feel like Liverpool will do the business against City. I do not think they'll lose. I probably will go both teams to score as the major tip, and then I'll go Liverpool win.
Wow, a big result there. Probably a bigger result for Arsenal fans. So they'll be celebrating. I think every other football fan will be commiserating. But Tolu, thanks for your time as always. Always a pleasure. And I'll speak to you next time.
All right. Thank you very much.